still morning. I'd like to welcome you to GBN Live. Today our guest is Sheila Karsevar.
Yes.
But before we get started with her, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Grand Strand Law Group, at 843-492-5422. They are in the Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach area, and if you want to get a hold of them by email, it's grandstrandlawgroup.com. Today, when we're online, if you'd like to give permission to Facebook so we can view your comments, you can ask us any questions along the way, and we'll get them answered as quickly as possible. Go to streamyard.com/Facebook and just give us the permission. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to send them, and we'll get them live on air. Up next is Sheila Karsevar, Reliv Ambassador from Oceanside Chapter, and we will be back next to talk with her. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Today's guest is Sheila Karsevar, Reliv Ambassador, and she is in the Oceanside Chapter of GBN. So before we get started, we always like to know a little bit about somebody, what brought them to Myrtle Beach area, family, just, whatever you want us to know about you, just let us know.
My goodness, that could be a long story.
I know.
But I'll try to cut it short. My husband and I moved here from Arizona, and first we moved to the Charleston area. We were in Mount Pleasant, and it was strictly to bring Reliv to the area. My sister's the one that shared the business with me. She's my older sister, and she had moved to Charleston, and I've been in this business with this company for 28 years now.
Oh, wow.
That time it was about 8 years. And so she said, we could do this together. We could work. So it was really just an adventure. We had just lost our mom, and so it was kind of painful to be in Arizona where I was with my mom, and it was really just an adventure. When I met my husband, we were like, all right, let's do this. And so he retired from his college coaching career, came home to join me in this business, and we moved to Mount Pleasant, all in the span of about 6 months. So that was
So
fast.
you drove here this morning. So what, about 2 hours?
Yeah. No, we actually live in Myrtle Beach now.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we moved up to Myrtle Beach.
So you started in Charleston.
We started in
Mount
Charleston,
Pleasant.
bringing it
Okay.
there. And then our business started to grow up in this area a little bit more. So we moved up here, and since then we have had a daughter. She's 16 and a half, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, so we've been
Fun
home
times.
together ever since. A lot of fun times, yeah.
So before we get started, tell us a little bit about Reliv and how long they've been in business and just how much you enjoy it.
Okay.
Because we obviously do from talking to you earlier.
Yes. So yes, I've been with them for 28 years. Like I said, we're going on our 34th year.
Okay.
So they were a young company when I got involved. I was impressed because I had been involved in it's a home-based business, so I had been involved in networking companies and home-based businesses before, looking for that time freedom and looking for something that would make a difference in people's lives. And so when I was introduced to this company, it sure was everything that was different than anything else. I'm not trying to make someone buy something because it's going to benefit me. I'm actually sitting with people and sharing with them about a product line that can make a difference in their life and their family's life, and that really works in the body. And so to me, that was different, and I had gotten results, and it made me passionate about it. I'm still taking the product and still sharing the business and the product with other people, so I think that speaks for itself too.
So what type of benefits might people who try the Reliv kind of feel and notice? Because sometimes you can take something and it's doing a good job, but you really don't notice it.
Right. Well, I have noticed from the beginning for myself that I had been raised on supplements, lots of vitamins, protein powders, and things like that. For 15 years, I had taken them. And the day, I was always still sick. I had chronic strep throat and ear infections and all kinds of stuff my whole life. And my immune system just was not kind of catching up with itself, I guess. I'm not really sure. But the day I started taking the Reliv, which it's powders, and you mix it with anything cold, shake it up and drink it twice a day, and it's, you know, about 5 ounces, so it's not like it's a huge thing. But the day I started, I felt like someone had turned on the lights. I felt like I had
woke
more
up.
focus. Yeah, and I didn't realize I was in a funk until I was out of the funk, and thought, man, this is day one, right? And there's no stimulants. There's nothing of that. So it's not like this false jolt of something. It's your body actually absorbing and starting to process things better. And so everything started working better for me. And it continues on because your body does not reach a plateau where it stops working. And then you have to do different things or whatever. It's like every day your body's processing everything. And so every day it's kind of like you take these shakes that has over 72 different vitamins and minerals and amino acids and antioxidants and all that in it that's imbalanced for your body. It kind of fills in the gaps of what your food might be missing. And it continues to work. So day after day, year after year, as our bodies are changing, it's kind of like this toolbox that you take, that your body goes in and gets the tools it needs for the day.
Nice. So with it being a powder, I would think it would help absorb a lot better than if you were taking pills and you know whatnot. So.
Yeah. Within about 20 minutes of taking the shake, your body is absorbing and utilizing over 90% of what it is.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, so it's actually, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck kind of a thing. And it is helping your body to process everything better. Like my recoveries from workouts is better and, you know, stronger, muscle tone, all that kind of stuff gets, you just notice a difference in those kinds of things, at least I have. Energy, focus, there are different products in the line. They all work together. So it depends on what someone is looking for and what someone is needing more of. But we have a basic nutrition product that really just gives the vitamins and the minerals in that powdered form, so it goes right to the bloodstream.
Nice. So I saw that you had a aging
Yes.
system.
Yes.
Not that I am at that age, but I might be. So explain to me why I would need something like that other than
Yes.
I'm no longer a spring chicken and
Right.
our bodies work different now.
Right. Well, believe it or not, in our 20s, our bodies start to decline.
I know it's not funny, is it?
No, it's not. So in our 20s, it's your body your human growth hormone, you know, starts to decrease and all of that. And so we do have healthy aging systems. It depends on what someone's looking for, energy and focus, or more of addressing kind of hereditary things, you know, maybe blood pressure, cholesterol, inflammation, those kinds of things, or actually addressing the human growth hormone, which one of my favorite products is called Reverse Age, and you take it at night before you go to bed, and it actually helps to stimulate the pituitary gland to reproduce your body's own human growth hormone. So you're not taking human growth hormones, you're not doing the shots, you're not damaging your organs or anything. Your body cannot reproduce too much of its own. It's on its own level. And so it helps with muscle tone, it helps with sleeping, it helps with skin tone, it helps with hair luster, color, thickness, you know, all those kinds of things, and anything else that the pituitary gland controls, which is the central control of our body.
I want to try that.
Yeah, it's a fabulous product. So that there's so many things that it addresses, and it's just about everything in a natural way that your body can absorb without a bunch of scary things that you know
Things
people
you can't pronounce.
Yeah, things you can't pronounce.
Well, some of your stuff I can't pronounce.
Yes, like names and things.
Yeah.
But it's really about doing the very, very best that we can. I mean, we have children can take any of our products.
Okay.
And they're safe. Everything is safe for even pregnant women and for people on medications, people who have allergies, food allergies, those kinds of things.
Okay, so what about, and this is near to me. Skin diseases like eczemas and stuff like that.
Yeah. I actually have a picture on my phone of some before and afters. We have a foundation that's called the Calogres Foundation, and it's kind of the heart of our company, where people can donate products to go to children that are having issues, health issues, either here in the States or overseas. Okay. And so we have feeding centers and things like that. And a lot of them are dealing with skin issues, like severe skin issues.
Oh, yeah.
And parasites, things like that. And so I have a lot of before and after pictures from just even taking minuscule amounts of the product for these little children. But also I've had friends that had eczema or psoriasis, or rashes, you know, maybe bumpy skin. And because what you put in you shows up on you, and it really just helps, because when your body is balanced, then your body starts fighting for itself. And the skin, the hair, the nails, those are the three biggest places that we see the results first.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it'll show up with
my little grandson. At one point, the only spot on his body that did not have a sore, and I mean red, inflamed, everything else, was his diaper area. And the doctor said it was because the urine protected that part of his skin.
Yeah.
So she's been fighting it his whole life. Wow. I mean, literally, his first episode was, I think he was 6 weeks old. Oh. So she's been fighting it, and my daughter has it actually at the same time on her hands.
Yeah.
So that goes to another something that I was thinking about is, somebody says, well, I eat healthy. Why would I need to take a supplement?
Yeah.
How do you respond?
Good question. Very good question. Because there's a lot of people that will say, well, I just want to do this with food. And it's great if someone can find that. What I would do is put them on the phone with people who have their own gardens, like, 20,000 square foot garden, all that kind of stuff, and have their own cattle and animals that they're butchering. Like, they know what is going into these things, and yet they were still struggling with issues. And so there's just a need to supplement. The nutrients are not in the soils. We are not getting it in our foods. Things are being processed very quickly these days, and a tomato doesn't have what a tomato is supposed to have. An orange doesn't have what an orange is supposed to have.
The smells.
Yes. And although you can get some great produce by growing it yourself, there's still just been findings that have said you still need to supplement, because you're still not getting everything your body needs in the way that it needs it in order to address on that deepest level of the cells.
Yeah, and that makes sense. So what does Reliv have that other supplement companies and stuff like that does not, that makes it so spectacular?
Right. I think that we're kind of in our own category as a food science company, because of the balance of the products, of the powdered, and the patents that are on our formulations. It's very difficult to be considered a food and to have a patent on a food, right? And so our doctors have gone through so many testings and research and all kinds of things to be deemed a food science company and to have patents on our formulations. So that's not me saying we're different, that's those patents saying that we're different. And somebody said this a long time ago, and it made a lot of sense to me. They said, if you had two people that went out on a boat in the middle of the ocean and they wanted to stay there for 3 months, and one person went out with gallons of water and bottles of vitamins, and the other person went out with gallons of water and cans of Reliv, even if it was just the basic product, and you pulled them back in 3 months later, the boat with the water and the vitamins, if the person is still alive, they'd be very depleted. If you pulled the guy or the woman back with the Reliv, then they might have lost a little bit of weight, but they would be healthier than they were when they went out.
And that's with no other food, just
that's
supplements
with no other food.
And water.
Yeah, that's just supplements with water. Because of the balance, because of what's in it, because it's considered a food. It is safe for everyone, just because of what it does in the body. I mean, God made our bodies in order to heal ourselves, and we just need to give it the right food. And with the fast-paced way that everyone's living now, you know, running to fast food or quickly picking something up. Or a lot of people aren't really cooking these days, you know, and grabbing something on the go. And especially our children that are in school, and as much as they try to have nutritious food, it's really not there. And so I know that what we're doing for our family is the very, very best that we can possibly do, and it's shown up in our results, and just even in the savings of not having to go to the doctor all the time. Kind of, if something comes through our home, like a cold or something, it comes and goes very quickly within a couple of days, if that, versus lingering on for weeks at a time.
Yeah. So we're going to go take a break, and when we come back, we want to talk about the benefits of the children with the Reliv.
Okay.
So stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Jess the San. I've been a canine liaison at Grand Strand Law Group for, 30 years? What's that? You don't believe me? I meant 30 dog years, of course. First rule of lawyering, read the fine print. Anywho, my humans at Grand Strand Law Group have a combined 20 years experience. I know, not as much as me, but that's in people years. So yeah, still pretty impressive. Real estate, estate planning, or probate, you need GSLG.
Grand Strand Law Group. Trust us, we have a dog.
Great Business Networking grew out of the idea that by creating lasting friendships within the community, we can make the community even better.
I was looking to network with professionals and to be able to refer my clients to somebody that I trust.
Well, it's really important to trust the members of the group because we really generate quality referrals, and to know somebody, be friends with them, and get that qualified referral is the key to success.
It is networking, but it doesn't feel like networking, and that is important to me. I come to the meetings, I have fun, I make great connections, and I help grow my business.
GBN, these are some of the best professionals in the market, and having that resource available to me, that's priceless.
Well, GBN is a network of business professionals that build long-lasting friendships that will not only grow my business, will grow yours as well. That's what referral marketing is all about.
GBN really is the most important marketing for your business. Check us out today.
Welcome back. We've got Sheila Karsevar with she is a Reliv ambassador in the Oceanside Chapter in Myrtle Beach. So before the break, we talked about children and the benefit of that with the with your product.
Yes.
Could you go a little bit more into that for me?
My favorite. I just have a heart for children of all ages, and so I love when we can make a difference in their lives, because I know when a family is going through struggles with children, with health issues, or whether other people can see it or tell it or not, I know that's a strain on the family in and of itself. And so when we can impact a child's life as far as nutrition goes and changing their health, we haven't only impacted that child, we've impacted the whole family. And so many different things. Their experiences with school, experiences in the neighborhood, just their experience as they grow into adulthood. So there's a lot of, it's like the ripple effect. And so our product line, the whole line, is safe and effective for children. We do have a product that is called Now for Kids, and it comes in vanilla or chocolate. The vanilla tastes like a vanilla cake batter, and the chocolate tastes kind of like brownie batter. And so it tastes really good. And some children that have health issues, like we've helped children that are on the spectrum or children that have sensitivities to different things, sometimes texture might be an issue, so we just kind of work around. Well, let's just find a way that that this texture is going to be fine for you, whether we make it like a thinner consistency or even a thicker consistency, put it in applesauce, it just, whatever, we'll work with them to figure it out. And once the child gets the product in consistently, the results just come. I mean, the product works every time. And I see it I've seen it in my own family as far as allergies, seasonal allergies, but also like allergies to cats, animal dander, different things, allergies to anything that grows or spores outside. There's a difference when people are consistent with their shakes and when they're not. And I believe that proves it in itself that,
They
it's
say,
working.
I took it, and you go, yeah, no, you didn't.
Like, no, I can tell you didn't, And that's the thing, too. I was just talking to somebody about that yesterday, because I can tell when someone takes the product and when they don't. Like, if someone says to me, oh, yes, I've been taking it twice a day, and I'm like,
No, you're not.
no, you're not, because I was seeing a difference in your skin and your hair and your whatever, and now not so much, But that also just speaks for the results that the products provide. It works. So what you put in you shows up on you. And it's like if you're telling someone you've been going to the gym for 6 months and there's not results showing up, it's like maybe you're not, you're lying.
Oh, you're going to get those shakes at the
Yes,
gym.
yeah. Oh, you're going to socialize at the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can always tell. And
So the product with your hair. Now, have you noticed it, or have you just not lost it? Like,
no, I've noticed differences, and people will say things because it was right before I started with Reliv. It was right around that same time. I was diagnosed with hyperactive thyroid, which is Graves' disease, and it was very, very severe. I tended to just kind of ignore things and just push on, and it reached a point where I couldn't ignore it anymore. And so I had pressure behind my eyes, I had a goiter, my whole body, like I had tremors, and my heart rate was about 120 beats a minute just waking up in the morning. And
that's not good.
my hair was starting to thin a little bit. Things started to happen. And so when I went in and they said, you're very severe, we need to radiate you need to do radioactive iodine treatment. They wanted to take out my thyroid. I did not want that surgery. So I did the radioactive iodine treatment. And at the same time told my doctor, I want to not only take this Reliv product, but I want to increase the amounts. Instead of maybe 2 shakes a day, I want to do 3 to 4. And I want you to monitor me, my blood levels. And, he told me not to take it. He told me it's not going to help you. It's probably going to harm you. And I said, look, I'm not asking for you to okay this for me. I'm doing it. So I just need you to take my blood. And he said, fine, it's your body, do what you want. So I did. And about 4.5 months later, he was apologizing to me because he saw the differences in me. My symptoms started to go away. The things that they said I was going to have surgery for, like the pressure behind my eyes and that kind of thing. And he said, your hair is always going to be thin, and you're going to, your nails are not going to grow strong or anything like that. It's just not true. And my body has continued to change over the years, so much so that I am on a little bit of Synthroid, but the doctors keep adjusting and decreasing it, and there's no reason for that. It's now 28 years later. I'm going to be 57 or 58 in October, and I am supposed to be having some of those symptoms come back, but it's not.
Yeah.
And so nobody really has an explanation. They all just say, well, it's got to be that stuff you're taking, because I've never seen the likes of it. And so along with that, I've seen personally my hair become thicker and maintain, and other people as well.
So tell me about Lunacin and Luna Rich.
This is an exciting thing.
This doesn't excite you any.
No, none of this excites me at all. So Lunacin is an ingredient that one of our food scientists discovered, gosh, I want to say it was over 30 years ago, and had been doing a bunch of testing on it, and was trying to find a way to make it so that it would absorb in the body. And what the Lunacin is, it's just a peptide. It comes from the soybean, and it's responsible for helping to decrease inflammation in the body, which is where all disease starts. And also it encapsulates mutated cells or you know, cells that have gone rogue, you know, it kind of encapsulates them, helps to change them. It also, people will say, well, diabetes just runs in my family, or blood pressure issues, or this.
Can't do anything about it.
Right, can't do anything about it. Well, you can address about 80% of what your body might be going through with food and lifestyle changes and those kinds of things. But the Lunacin helps to address those kinds of things as well, the things that are passed down. So it's kind of like it turns off the bad stuff and turns on the good stuff, so your body has a fighting chance. The unfortunate thing is, Lunacin is in different forms, is not, your body doesn't absorb it. So as soon as you take it, it just doesn't do anything, right? So people might be thinking that they're taking something that's going in their body and working, but as soon as it hits the digestive tract, it doesn't work.
Okay.
The Lunacin that we have, because our scientists, our scientist that discovered it, he was told by many people, you need to contact Reliv International, and the scientists there, they will help you to find a way and to create a way that it will be assimilated in the body. And sure enough, that's what happened. So we now have this Lunacin that goes in, and actually when you take it, it continues to work even through the digestive system. So it's helping, and you're getting the best benefits from all of it. And the Luna Rich is Reliv's way of, it's the powdered form of that. So they've actually found a way to protect every single little molecule of the Lunacin, so that it, like I said, helps even through the digestive system. And we're seeing incredible results, again, with, you know, skin issues and with just inherited things that are not happening anymore. And I don't know, it's, yeah, that's as best as I can explain it.
Okay, so pregnancy. Can women use it when they're pregnant?
Yes, and I have many, many friends use this all through their prenatals, and have a friend right now who's actually expecting and notices a difference in her pregnancy as well.
All I can say is better her than me.
I know.
I have 5. I did my share.
You did your share. You've contributed enough.
They told me I'd never have kids, so
That's
I like
amazing.
to prove people wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Not really a
God
good
has
goal
other
all
plans,
the time.
right?
But, you know, sometimes it's
Yes.
well, my 6-week checkup, I was pregnant.
That's amazing.
And I was like, all right, God, you told me no kids.
Yeah.
I'm happy with this. I can't imagine my life without them.
I know.
So, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So better they go through it young.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit, you touched on the foundation earlier. Anything else you want to add about it, or is it kind of?
Anyone can donate for doing donations through the Cloggers Foundation, and the product goes out to feed children that are in need, in say in different group homes or housing situations, or goes to our feeding centers. And it's just an incredible foundation where a lot of these children are not getting any nutrition at all, and they start making the shakes, and you know, they have huge tubs that they'll make daily, and I mean, there's pictures of children just lined up for miles with their little cups waiting for their shakes. And what we're seeing is changes in their body, hair growing back, diseases going away, parasites, you know, that they've had are
I can bet
gone.
that's cool to be there and see that.
Yeah, it's amazing, really is amazing. So anyone can help through that foundation.
Okay. So we're going to. But so first one is, what was your first job?
My first job. I have always babysat. Well, actually, if you could consider finding shells and rocks and washing them and selling them to your neighbors when you're
So that was it.
when you're like 7 years old, and I guess maybe that was my first job.
Always an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I know, I guess, right? I had one neighbor that would literally buy my whole bucket of rocks, and then I could go to the ice cream man and buy everything. But after that, babysitting, I would always babysit.
Okay. Night owl or early bird?
Early bird now, used to be a night owl.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Become a mom and all of a sudden your life changes.
I love it because it's my time to have my quiet time, reading scripture, just like focusing before everyone gets up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate, milk chocolate?
Depends on the mood. I'd say more dark chocolate.
Okay. Cat or dog?
Cat,
You have some?
2.
Okay. Favorite color?
Green.
Favorite word or phrase that you would use?
Oh my goodness. Favorite word or phrase? I think, and I used to hate this phrase, well, it is what it is.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
I used to hate it, but I get it. And so
I get it. I still hate to hear
I
it.
know.
You know, it just is what it is.
It is what it is.
No.
It's like, no, it's not is what it, but then it's like sometimes it just is.
It just is.
Yeah. So that's not really my favorite phrase, but that's a phrase I used to hate that now I get it.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite song?
The Blessing by
Okay.
Carrie Job, I think is who it's by, but yeah, I love that song.
A favorite movie?
One of my favorite funny movies is Overboard with Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, the old one, not the new
Yeah,
one.
not the new one, the old one. And I love the movie with Jim Carrey, Liar, Liar. I think it's hysterical.
I love that. Elevator.
I know. I know better. Yes.
Favorite vacation spot?
Mexico.
Okay. And your favorite mobile app?
Oh, must be my GBN
I know.
mobile
It
app. Was the rapid fire supposed to confuse me so that then I didn't say it?
So that you didn't say that. Short of that, do you
Yes.
have another one that you like to use?
Probably the Reliv app.
I was just going to say, do you
Yes.
have one for your business?
Yes, I go on the app and what I love about it too is that anytime anything happens in my organization, wherever
You
it
get to
is,
see it.
because we have business in the Philippines and Malaysia and Australia, like all over. And so whenever anything happens, I get alerts saying,
Oh, nice.
this
Such and such.
person just ordered product or this person just did this. So it's very cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of that. Now we get to go back to being serious.
All right.
And really, we're done, but we just want to, if you want to get in touch with Sheila, call her at 843-568-9522. Call her, get to know a little bit more about her business and see how it can help you. And her email address or website is afunlife.reliv.com.
Yes.
Before we go, can you tell us why referral marketing has been so good to you and why you would recommend it to anybody else?
Yeah. First of all, I've been in many, many networking groups. And what I love about GBN specifically in the way that we do things is that friends first, relationship first, and then business. Because if you trust someone, you're going to refer, it's just going to be a natural progression of things. So the referral marketing, it just triples, quadruples, 10 times your effort because people are out there, they trust you already, and if they are using your services, then they know what their results have been,
Right.
and they can, share it from that. But also, it just kind of gets in to the cold market in a way that it makes you, a warm market. And it's so difficult to gain people's trust these days anyways. And so when you have a handful or 20 people that are out singing your praises, then it makes it a lot less effort.
It's
on our
already
part.
it's
Yeah.
already just somebody that you're going to be able to
Yeah.
relate to and hopefully help.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming, Sheila, and thank you for joining us at GBN Live. I'm Lori Wetherill, and I am at the Rivertown chapter, High Rivertown area. Remember, if it's Wednesday, it's GBN Live. Join us next week, and we will have more interesting people and businesses to talk with. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Have a good week.
Yes, you too.
Thanks.